Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Yes, if you haven't subscribed to the Jamaica Young Police channel yet, please consider subscribing. Like the video. When you like the video, hype it. Hype the video. Share the video. Share the video with your mama, papa, friend, co-worker, girlfriend, boyfriend, side chick, side man. And tell a friend about the Jamaica Young Police channel. And most importantly, comment and tell us where you're watching from. We have released a video and we noticed with the Marvin Edgar situation. And although the conversation is there with the woman, some people just watch it like for 9 minutes. You have to understand that this is not an entertainment channel. This is an educational channel that give you in-depth information. Today you're going to hear a recording from the DEA. The Drug Enforcement Agency that brought down Christopher Dudus. You won't hear this anywhere else. This is a recording. The day after Cowboy made the deal with the DEA to bring down Christopher Dudus. You're going to hear both of them on Cowboy calling Christopher Dudus. And you hear, before the recording start, you hear the phone ringing and all of that. And it goes to show you that there's no honor amongst thieves. Christopher Dudus trust the wrong man. That's how dangerous criminals are. That's what I tell people all the time. I don't know how people become criminals. You understand? But, people rather to live a life on the edge. Because if you listen to Christopher Dudus, conversing with Cowboy, little did he know that Cowboy was the person who was going to bring him down. Because he trusted him. I said before and I say again, the first trait of a criminal, you have to be dishonest, deceptive, everything that is when you're talking about evil. That's how it is. So you have to remember that. Jermaine Cowboy Cohen was the man who betrayed Christopher Dudus, and he was a part of a shower posse. He came to the United States, break the law, he was caught, and he didn't decide say that he was going to pay for his crime. He decided to save himself, he will have to send Christopher Dudus to prison to save himself from prison. The way this man is dangerous, not even the feds trust him. That's why at one point in time they deported him. This man, not only that he's separate, the man lie as if there is no tomorrow. This is a dangerous man. Yes, and we can tell you that criminals may lie, witnesses may lie, rumors spread like wildfire, but when investigators lawfully intercept communications, they are listening to people who often believe no one else is listening. That was before now, That was in the early 2000, early 2000 before 2010. And Cowboy, that is over 2 decades ago. Cowboy betray Christopher Dudus Cohen, and they claim that they are criminals. So I tell people all the time, and youths listen, but I don't know, people just don't get it. Then they have some of Christopher Dudus Cohen's family. I had spoken to one of his cousins. He's on the channel, and he stated that if it wasn't Liberty that called Gummy Bear, and Gummy Bear took Cowboy out of the jail in Tivoli Gardens because Cowboy had boxed Dudus' aunt, and he was placed in jail there to be sent to the departure lounge. And it is said, based on information received on it is said that Liberty, that is Christopher Dudus Cohen's brother, is the one that went there, took the key, and released him. Gummy Bear did that because Christopher Dudus Cohen has a certain amount of respect for Gummy Bear. Gummy Bear was one of his known killer. Today I am about to play something that very few people have ever heard. This is not hearsay. This is not street gossip. This is a recording that has been attributed to the DEA's investigation into Christopher Dudus Cohen. Before you listen, I want you to remember one thing. Appearances can be deceiving. The people we trust most are sometimes the very people who know everything about us. History has shown us that major criminal organizations, investigators, always have a way out to infiltrate. But you have to remember that major criminal investigations are rarely solved by brute force alone. Many are solved because someone close to the target begins talking, cooperating, or unknowingly providing information. Every major organized crime figure eventually faces one avoidable question: who around him can be trusted? Today we will carefully examine this recording, the historical background surrounding the investigation into Christopher Dudus Cohen, the role various individuals allegedly played according to investigators and court records, and what this conversation may reveal about loyalty, deception, and survival. I am not here to accept what criminal or people who like or do not like me. I am not asking you to accept my opinion. I am asking you to listen carefully. Compare what you hear with documented history and reach your own conclusions. By the end of this documentary, you may never look at friends, organized crime, or betrayal the same way again. As I said before and I say again, there is no honest criminal. None. No honest criminals. You listen to Christopher Dudus Cohen talking with this man and telling you about even others who were in Tivoli Gardens who should not be there. You're going to hear some things that even you won't hear it elsewhere. The rise of Christopher Dudus Cohen. Christopher Dudus Cohen, remember that his father, Jim Brown, was a top man. When he said he was like God to the people in Tivoli Gardens. They loved Jim Brown, world without end. Before we begin today's recording, we have to understand the man at the center of this story. Christopher Michael Cohen, better known around the world as Dudus, did not simply emerge overnight. He influence from his father Lester Jim Brown Coke, who was widely regarded as the leader of the Shower Posse, one of Jamaica's most notorious criminal organizations. Following Jim Brown's death in 1992 while in General Penitentiary, awaiting extradition to the United States, many believed the organization would collapse. Instead, a new generation emerged. Christopher Dudus gradually became the dominant figure in Tivoli Gardens. I remember the first time I saw him was in gun court when he was charged with triple murder of killing some people in Anatomy. Yet to many residents, he was viewed as someone who helped members of the community by providing school books, paying medical bills, assisting with funerals, and helping struggling families. He was the father figure of Tivoli Gardens. He was the one that instilled discipline in the youths. Tivoli Gardens is the only place where if you do not have subject, you cannot be a gunman. You have to have subject. Because you have to be smart. To law enforcement in Jamaica and the United States, however, he was alleged to be the head of the international criminal organization, the Shower Posse, involving drug trafficking, firearms trafficking, and other organized criminal activities. These competing narratives made him one of the most controversial figures in modern Jamaican history. For years, he managed to avoid extradition despite being wanted by U.S. authorities. That was not by accident. He was surrounded by loyal supporters, protected by layers of security, and reportedly had access to information long before law enforcement made their moves. The reason for this, when Christopher Dudus, when the warrant was issued for his extradition, he got a copy of it before even the security forces in Jamaica did. That came straight from the Prime Minister's office and the Minister of National Security. And they had found a copy of it done by Java when the Tivoli incursion. At least that is what many believe. But history teaches us something important. Every powerful organization, whether legal or illegal, is vulnerable when trust begins to break down. Today's recording raises questions about trust, not conclusions, questions. How the DEA builds cases. Hollywood often portrays investigation as dramatic car chases and shootouts. Real investigations are usually much slower. Federal investigations often take years. Investigators collect thousands of documents, financial records, telephone records, travel records, electronic communications, witness interviews, physical surveillance, search warrants, wiretap evidence, international cooperation. Every piece of evidence is compared with every other piece. One phone call alone rarely solves a major investigation. Instead, investigators look for pattern. Imagine put together a 10,000 piece puzzle. One conversation may only present a single corner of that puzzle. When investigators hear a conversation, they ask themselves, does this match what another witness said? Does it match travel records? Does it match surveillance? Does it match financial transactions? Can multiple independent sources confirm the same information? That is how complex criminal investigations are built. Not on rumors, not on gossip, on corroborated evidence. Today's recording should therefore be viewed as one piece of a much larger picture. Listening to the recording, now we arrive at the reason many of you click on today's video. In a few moments, you'll hear a recording that has been attributed to the DEA investigation. Before you listen, I want to ask you to do something. Do not listen emotionally. Listen analytically. Listen like an investigator. Pay attention to who speaks first, who asks questions, who volunteers information, who seems cautious, who appears relaxed. Sometimes what is not said is just as important as what is said. Now that you have heard a part of the recording, let's examine carefully.
Hello? Whoa. Whoa. You free up now? Yeah, man. So what you just said? Good name, sir. Hold on. No, it's my youth there. When man ask me that still, they don't know me, I'm going to tell them. They say me, I say. But, bottom line is like the same thing still, you know. You see? Because like me there. Hold on. Eh? I put down another show. What's the match? It's on down. Alright. The put down 7 on the match show, man. Yeah. 11. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm say, boy, the man link him, say, man, can come pick him up. Send the one there, the man straight. So you see. Yeah. So now I say, bottom line are the same thing as I mean, tell you see. So I make it know the boy is up to him still and think, you see, even if I anything for boy, you can't, and if I the man, you can't tell them things like I don't know who I see. Yeah, that me know still, that's why I said me, that's why when it's happening, them I say to me, no, me don't even make them know why I say me don't talk to you already too. Yeah. Just know to me, I don't think you want to walk one, cause you, them come round me more times so they get me. And if them are gonna bring him, them are gonna roll with him, I'm gonna bring him round me. And me done much already, so me not far with no man. Yeah. Me I tell you straight up, me not far no man. And at the end of the day, there's nothing for go on. And I see them name a call, and my name a call. Yeah. But I what they all of them see me, and I said to me, say, yo, she not even know, say, me and you are family. And this and that, and me I make sure know, say, yo, you don't know, say, I don't even want to talk about that right now. Just to make sure, I just cut and I just say, I don't even want to talk about that, because from woman here, it's going to reach a next level on, you see. So I just cut the argument short, but me just make sure that me I check with you for sure really I go on, because them I say, yo, like to all they want to make it team, then I make it team. Well, you, it's alright with you if him spar with them. And them I come amongst me and me can't afford that. No, because me just tell them want to link him up still. You see, as a man, I me never see nothing for the boy, right. We don't know where I'm going to be behind close scene, but nothing never go on with me could have said, I don't know who he's there already. You know what I say? Yeah, you don't know what thing on the man can watch it, man. You see? Yeah, so you know the place is the boy, man, not in the dark and in our place, and they can't go on still, but you don't know if a man may let her talk with his friend, them watch it, not, but I mean, so now I'm not. Because me here make some talk for them, you know. I say you like it when you have a linking. You catch him off the yard and this and that. And me, they don't say, I'm not even going to say it to the people. Because me don't know what time it is. I was going to tell you, when me agree and think, it wasn't present. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When me pass up there, it never present. Because me, just make a record. No one of them is about to come back and say, boy, I make a right. I'll make a ride, and I said, no, I'm going to stop up them, because me and Cohen are ready to eat it. I said, no, I'm going to stop up there and see where I go on. I'm going to stop up there. It's never up there. I want to friend them call him, I said, man, the boss there, I'll call him to tell him there. And like him there, I came in as far. I found the man call him, like, I said, boy, I'm going to come over at the same time. So it's like, me don't know, I'm going to come on, so me and go there, I go on, attack with the first. And thing, as me I saw the bridge, they come and say, boy, what? Really, no, say not there, but him, I'll call him, and so boy, I see him depending where I come now, and really, I mean, come there, I go and raise her. Till him come, so it's not like me go look for him and see him on the corner and all. So really, but that's a freelance. You see what I'm saying? And reach on the side there. I want to see him friend him never did it. When I'm friend and call him and him come. I made him there and talk, and as me I tell you, the man them must have seen friend them a rap in a mask, but me not proof. Yeah, me I say, I know some why me a man, and him and the police them have them like way, but me not proof with the boy way, because even the day I mean land them and the man them out of the front, because Jim Brown thing, the 7th of August. Yeah. Alright, the people them up there keep a local party and some girl, and even him not a man. And the boy them block it off, and the people them just stone the station till the end of that. Police start fire shot and watch it not, and you see even the third man I run and police a fire shot, because you know more time it go. Now the old motor, you see man just run and bubble and just start shoot. And thing, you know more shoot off of them back and things, so when the master really, me can't see where I go on. As we say, nah, do nothing to say, boy. Him and this the man, if a man go, they must say, post you know, you don't come to say, we are running after saying, nah, yeah, the man can. Not like them kind of thing there. More than just the speculation, boy. I see him friend them a rap in the market. And you know, man, so what this, that, but what? The man, them not the facts, because they should wait till we have facts before they even start talk. They just start talk before we get any facts. So even though they kind of get a little coward in himself, I'm free to venture certain places and listen up a theme park. So I if I leave and I go a road, the man come a forward dance side. If Jim Brown dance all them way, they come with him there, one away from the outskirts. So me don't know where I'm going with to say, way, to say, him a violate the thing, because I say, no man can in the era. You see them a whole corner and me can't get in the talk and there's not up the sun. And me no. We don't must go see him already. But I one man out of the gang and go feed my hoof dead and hoof runway in a runway, so I don't really know. You know what I say? Yeah, one thing we know since Paul with a motor road boy, all different kind of man which everybody do it too. Because enough of the man and them have friends from Hardboard, Craigtown, Jungle, Dunkirk, I saw the man them a roll of them look a friend from Hardboard. Because link it into a piece of one in an hour here, a man a link man from everywhere. You see, so I don't really know. This is all prove, him not show me the vibe, most of the man where timid a way that if you come again, you must definitely see some new media again, a man that will go for him or carry him down, the man you know, to flex in again, as a boy, man come down here on a regular basis. The man is a once in a blue moon and go to pass again, because I don't know if I do run them hear that in the street and get timid, because man, oh, me don't say, boy, I mean, I want facts. To say if I see him friend of my robbing the market, some man just know, say, oh, and then, without no facts, because they can't call one of the man them name, and the body never go up there yet and say yes. And the man that rob go can't prove the case, no. So I just have yesterday.
At the end of the day, that's back to the same instigating thing.
Instigating thing, like a man that try to set me up there for me. Go out, they go deal with on their way. You see, and then some come at the start like a day before the show, which me don't know them record. The show didn't message they go on with the police at the 7th of August. So why put a day before my show like the man not in a talk from me and you know so I don't buy that. I know some show them I try to mash up. You see? Yeah. So I don't really know if it's a boy him talk to the media one time friend, but the thing them when they must in them really add up, because the man couldn't shoot at no station and meet him say that can't run boy and that man no say him not in a talk. Right and him and a 4th street them have up the sun like say the whole of them and town and just 4 local street shooters in a 4th street. Or 6th Street, 4 run vertical. Yeah, as I mean to say, he couldn't me that. After me send somebody to him and stick up a shooters in. I don't know what thing already, man. Things have to start going immediately. So we don't know where them get them stored from and where the thing are built up in the ears. That's why we can't just say, run the way, because I say, a good youth in our way, still a good soldier. It's a man, so we can't just run to say, boy, get rid of him, man. I say I read between the line hard. You see, and that now make him now get skeptical of him freak. I don't know who for just to all the man must boy. A film friend of a robbing the market, I know say if you are robbing the market, it's a serious thing. But them not no facts to prove for the boy. And a time I think I read them see that man then spar with him. You see, nothing like that. You see, so I don't know, maybe just go and observe and watch to say. And people say them things, they know to say, I go rate it, and then they come up so now, and they want to link with man, they know, say, associate with yard or something. It kind of confused, and I say, I use my intelligence and I try to think hard to assess the situation.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we're up with that still when it comes. You see, when me hear them attack, because they come to me still and I tell them.
Yeah.
And then me, I said to myself, say, yo, enough time in the park and we say, yo, more time you have some man run away from out of the place and then still a link with some man from in the place.
Yeah.
So that either the one thing I say, yo, like all when look on our cats and them man. Them man they still link with certain man in the place. And that me that one day for that I go and say, well, them cut out and them a link with certain man to me. But me don't have it in my head, and me don't tell some little man that they run me and them must say, yo, if that I go on then, and them a link with him. Now if it stop link with we. I mean, I associate myself with certain man and don't know the lessons with them. That's one thing. And that's why me, when they say to me, but not even send out to them, say me, they don't talk to you already. Me just not alright then. They just link you and see what I go on. Because
so me So me just tell him, say, if him call him and him, because you know, want to say, and then him go tell the man something different to make it look like that. Yeah, you understand me, so after that, yeah, like a vibes are going, as me say. Me like to have some time to prove anything that we can get in a one and two of the youth, them and the people, them brain up to find out how we really. Yeah, after me, I said, no, in that there is people, they free to talk and like, oh, in that there now, them in more talk. But nobody now say, I violate them and this the system. Now, me, I say, I just the rap with them, now, me no face to talk, him now, look out, he can't look out the outright full. And listen, man, do it undermine him, who knows enough man can do them things there. Yeah, I'm not sure it up front. I tell him, say, them him talk to certain man, and he must tell the man, and say, oh, you catch him off guard, and this and that, and wait, yeah, but I'm going to say, even talk to the man, when them say that I lie myself. Because when me out them, and never see. I think, me, you know, me hear certain things, and me not call it on everything when me hear. Yeah. More than me know, Sabel. Shot in order that or shot in order this or that. More now when me see get away now, me have to call you and find out what I go on. Yeah. Now you don't know that man love you now, man will do anything for you. So, me now, that's part of man me know, so now ain't nothing with you. But when they ain't nothing with you, they ain't nothing with me. And the argument done, right? I'm rather can get a fee, because I know the source where they're going on, where they try to prove the thing, and the man will start running out. But me and rather, but you see when me and rather they talk, rather say something to me one time, and rather said to me, so one time when I'm down there, rather said to me, say, yo, well, our fat friend there, the dead, I try to orchestrate something to get out the same hombre. And that's why they said to me, you know, my friend did orchestrate something to get out the one. So from him I said, I know, and you don't know me every from a long time, so anything fat man said, I must something where you said. Yeah. But me, as me said, you know, I come clear with any anymore. I'm not even telling the man that said me. No, because I mean, if we are orchestrate to deal with the man not just the man, we're just going to deal with it, man. I would just run him, man, I'm just no so I run with him to see him, man. Is it man? That's rather than you know other things, man. Yeah, because rather than that to me with fat man now. Remember, America me then. So whatever I go on down there, so me can call everything every minute. No, because you know to my friend, some of my friends, them not straight, you know. Because even with cat, you know, cat enough of my friend, them a friend, you know, man, I bring cat in a garden now from one day, cat come around a chop.
Yeah, so we have come to the end of part 1 of this 2-part series. As you know, data is king in anything that you're doing. And based on our channel analytics and the amount of documented evidence we have to examine, this is the end of part 1 of this special 2-part series. We have made a deliberate decision to split this documentary into 2 parts, not because we ran out of information, but because we have too much important information to cover responsibly. You hear the other part of the recording. Our analytics consistently show that many viewers begin to lose focus during very long videos, Rather than rushing through the evidence or leaving out important context, we choose to break the investigation into two parts so you can fully understand how this federal case unfolded. This channel has never been about sensationalism or entertainment. It has always been about education. Our mission is to help you to become better thinkers, a better citizen, and ultimately a better human being by studying real events and learning from choices others made. One of the biggest lessons from this investigation is that there is no honor among people who choose a life of organized crime. Relationships built on violence, intimidation, and legal activity are often fragile because they are driven by fear, self-preservation, and personal survival rather than trust. That is one of the themes we will continue exploring in part 2. In the next episode, we will examine additional evidence, analyze more of the recordings, and discuss how investigators piece together one of the most significant organized crime cases involving Jamaica and the United States. If you cannot wait until part 2 is released publicly, you can watch it right now by joining Jamaican Young Police Channel Patreon squad. Membership costs less than a price of a cup of coffee. Yeah, which is at 25 cents a quarter, US quarter. And your support helps us continue producing well-researched, evidence-based documentaries like this one. If you have found value in today's presentation, please don't forget to like, hype, comment, share, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, every interaction helps us reach more people with factual educational content. Thank you for watching part 1. I'll see you in part 2 where the investigations continues. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.